Hello, everyone. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about a safety measure we're going to have in place for those of you returning to the building with us on December 14th. I want to talk to you a little bit today about the screening tool that you'll be using prior to getting on the bus or prior to getting in your car to come to school to make sure that you don't have any potential symptoms that would necessitate you staying home for that day. So we're going to run through what that looks like really quick. But before we do so, I just want to remind you that, about our Chelan way. We've talked about it earlier this year, some examples, some non-examples, and these are all going to be really important as we come back to school. We really need you motivated to follow every single safety protocol that we go through. We are aiming for perfect. So that means that, being highly motivated when you're doing your screening tool to really think about each of the symptoms and to follow the safety procedures that we're going to be going over with you via these video little mini lessons and that your teachers are going to be talking to you about. So, stay open-minded. They might seem inconvenient, but it's to keep you safe, your teachers safe, your classmates safe, and our school safe and open. And I know you're going to be super respectful of these and understand the importance, even if you don't agree with every single one. So appreciate you being engaged. We'll try to make these little mini lessons quick instead of making you sit here through an hour-long class about them. So today we're talking about the wellness screener. It's going to be right on your Skyward app. I hope all of you already have the Skyward app on your phones and that you look on get on your Chromebook and look at Skyward as you're checking grades. But if you do have a mobile phone, I really recommend you download it. If you don't have a mobile phone, you can do this via getting into Skyward right on your Chromebook. So once you have the app, okay, like we just showed, you're going to go on, you're going to see a section wellness screenings and be able to click on today's screenings. And this is going to reset. This is something you have to do every day. It's not going to be good. It resets at midnight every single day. So you can't just use the previous days. This is a daily deal, and I want you to start doing it and practicing it. And that'll make our entry into the facility on the 14th much easier. So once you open your wellness screener, it's going to ask you some questions. It's going to ask, in the last 24 hours, have you experienced any of the following symptoms in a way not normal to you? Have you had fever or the chills? Have you had a cough? Are you having shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, unnormal fatigue that you don't usually have, muscle or body aches that can't be explained from a recent workout or activity, a headache, a new loss of taste or smell, a sore throat, congestion or a runny nose, nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea? If you have a single one of those, you'll click yes. Okay. And then it's also going to ask, in the last 14 days, have you been in close contact with a suspected or confirmed case of COVID-19 or tested positive yourself? If you have, you're going to click yes. If you click yes to either of those, you need to stay home and wait for somebody to the school to contact you so that you can learn when it'll be okay for you to return to the building. Okay. If you click no to both of those, you haven't had any symptoms, haven't been around anybody who's suspected or confirmed to have COVID-19 in the last 14 days, then you'd click no to both of those and hit submit. If you hit submit after clicking no to both of those, based on your responses, you're feeling well enough for school today, and you are good to go out and get on the bus on your bus route, or to have your parent bring you to school or drive to school if you're a driver. And this will be what you will show our school personnel at our entryways when you arrive at the building, along with showing them that you have completed the screener and do not have symptoms and have not been around anybody suspected or confirmed to have COVID-19. You'll have your temperature taken to ensure you do not have a fever, and then be allowed in the building to move on to the classroom for your first period that day. Okay. So again, going back, you need to make sure that you have downloaded the Skyward app on your mobile phone. If you don't have one, you could do it on your Chromebook. And you're going to need to do the wellness screening every day. I recommend you start doing that daily just to get used to it, make it part of your morning routine. And after you do the screening, if you confirm, no, I don't have any symptoms, and that you haven't been around a suspected or confirmed case, then you'll get the green check, meaning it's okay to come to school that day. If you answer yes to either of these, then we will run a report indicating you answered yes and be in contact with you about when you can come to school. And speaking of school, just again, in case you missed the video on Monday, here's what your days are going to look like starting on the 14th. Mondays and Thursdays, you'll have first period, second period, and advisory, either in the AM or the PM, which shows on your Skyward schedule as either AM hybrid or PM hybrid. So make sure you check your Skyward schedule on Monday. It might change a little bit. We're fine tuning on that. So you're going to want to check next week to confirm what cohort you're in. On Tuesdays and Fridays, you'll have third period, fourth period, and fifth period. Okay. Wednesdays will be all online. You will be working from home via Zoom. You'll have every class period just like you currently do on Mondays. If you currently are coming in the building due to internet connectivity issues or other situations, you still will be able to come in on Wednesday to work on your online classes just like you are daily now. Everybody else, you'll be home on Wednesdays to help us have almost as few as people as possible in the building for deep cleaning. And on Mondays and Thursdays, we'll be doing first, second periods and advisories. Tuesdays and Fridays, third, fourth, and fifth period. Hopefully that's helpful for you. Remember, self-screen first thing every morning. Start doing that tomorrow. Get used to the process. You'll be staying home if you have any symptoms at all, and teachers will communicate with you about your assignments. They'll still be posting assignments on Google Classroom. Very, very important that we do that. That'll keep everybody in our school district safe as long as we're making sure if we have symptoms, we stay home. Bring a water bottle. All our water drinking fountains have been taped off and covered and will not be accessible. The water filling stations will be. So you're going to want to have a bottle so you can fill it up if you need to drink some water during those 3.5 hours or so that you're here. And then ask questions, okay? Be motivated to be a question asker. Email me, email Mr. Granger, Mr. Todd, ask your teachers. We love it when you ask questions. That helps us get better. That helps us make sure that we're all on the same page for our return to in-person learning on the 14th. Appreciate each of you. Can't wait to see you in person if you're choosing to come back. For those of you who are choosing to stay online, that's awesome. Mr. Phelps will be getting in touch with you next week about what your program looks like. We just want to make sure that everybody's learning, everybody's making progress, and appreciate you following the Chelan way, being motivated, being open-minded, respectful, and engaged to what it's going to take for us to start our hybrid schedule of in-person learning and do so with a safety goal of perfection. It's massively important. We've got to work together, and we're going to make it happen. Appreciate you. Go Goats.